Hi guys, happy Witchy Wednesday. So, alright, today, a little different, just a little bit different. Ethical codes within traditional witchcraft, ancestors and gods, and between the worlds. So, feeling a lot better today. I feel refreshed, I feel awesome, I feel amazing. I hope you guys are seeing the snippets that I am giving from my second book, The Garden of Filth. So I am still going, I'm getting all these creative ideas for odd poems. I know there's a name for these poems within poetry. I don't know the name. My big sis, Monica, you will know. You already told me and I forget. So I'm going to text you and ask you here soon. So, alright, so just in case people are wondering, and yes, I will be doing some more Ouija sessions, promise, but they will not be centered around Zozo, obviously. So, alright, this is from my book, and it's falling apart. Like literally falling apart. So this was back in 2011. So, the ethical standards of traditional witchcraft. Witchcraft teaches that you should follow your heart and take responsibility for your own actions. There is no good or evil. There is only an intent that one has when committing an action. Emphasis is thus placed on the intent of the action. This concept can be seen within a quote from a magical tradition that says, "The whole of the action is the sum of the consequence." Alright. Energy is not constant. In terms of return energy, this means that energy can have many things happen to it along the way, including deflection, absorption, transformation. So, backlash. That is why we would get backlash. That is why some people don't get backlash. Depends on the energy, where it goes. If it's absorbed, if it's transformed, then you don't get your backlash. So you can transform that energy that you're using so you don't get that backlash. So energy, I already read that to you guys. Sorry. Alright, we do not follow a reed or any law except that which is written within our own hearts. And your heart tells you what is good and what is wrong, and what not to do and what to do. Obviously, I mean, if you're an adult, you know. Even children know good from bad, right from wrong. So, we take responsibility for our own actions. Things are brought into the perspective of survival and intent of the individual. And many witches look at this in terms of protection of a house, or a clan, your family, or yourself. So, many will take action to curse or hex if wrongfully provoked. So that is where I feel everything is justified. As long as it's justified, go ahead, do it. Go ahead, do it. I would gladly take backlash for any kind of hex or curse I would throw out. If somebody were to screw with my mom or my dad, I would take magical action. So, here's an example. A tornado, which causes a lot of destruction, is not good or evil. It just is. It just is. It's there. It's nature. It's natural. So, those are the ethical standards of traditional witchcraft. Simple. Very simple. Very, very simple. It's common sense. Common sense. So, alright, ancestors and gods. Alright, within traditional witchcraft. Within European traditional witchcraft. So, alright, this was from 2011 too. So the god of the witches, or the gods, the witches' honor, inhabit the land itself. As families relocated to places away from their original homeland, they took their gods with them. To venerate their gods, a connection must be made between the homeland of the gods, and the place where the witch stands, or else a special ritual is performed by which the new home of the family is made to become part of the homeland. So that's the hearth for me. That is the hearth. We don't have a fireplace, sadly, so we don't have a hearth. The hearth is the cauldron in the very center. That is your hearth. That is my hearth, because I don't have an actual fireplace. But it's also a place to place any kind of jewelry, candles, to charge them up. You have a lot of vibrational energy within your hearth, within your center, homeland. So, the god and goddess are seen as the male and female aspects of nature. They are not omnipotent, but instead have egos and what would be considered as human characteristics. So, they're all archetypal energies, all of them. All gods, goddesses, all daemons and demons, all spirits and all spiritual guides, extraterrestrials even, are archetypal energies. They transcend all culture, language barriers, all of it. So, the God, and then, as being humans, we created God in our image. So it's quite the reverse. God, source, spirit, goddess, created us in their image. We gave the gods and goddesses attributes, human characteristics. We gave that archetypal energy characteristics. So, the god is usually represented as the protector or hunter, whereas the goddess is often referred to fertility or the land, which is follow only one god and goddess. Even though there might be many more deities in their particular pantheon, oftentimes a particular pair of deities someone follows reflects their chosen path, or set life goals. When a witch calls upon their gods, the name they generally use is god or goddess. I use the lady, the dame, the goddess. I use God, Pan, Azazel, the horned one, the Muka. So I draw from quite the vast majority from Europe. Lord and Lady, Father or Mother. There's also Witch Mother, Witch Father. The specific name which refers to the aspect of the deity that reflects the individual's particular chosen path. So, if that makes sense. So, witches also look to the ancestors of those who have gone before. They are not gods, but rather respected and honored ones. Now, I think that the ancestors do become elevated within my path. I mean, with my grandma, she has ascended. She has become a spiritual guide. And I did read that for you guys on her becoming a spiritual guide. So the ancestors have different names in different cultures, such as the Irish Side, the Norse Elves, the Northern Germanic Swergs, or the Roman Manes, witches often consult the ancestors for guidance and help. Sometimes the ancestors can be called on as guardians or advisors, which is the best possible way. And occasionally, food and gifts are left out for them. So you can see the ancestral veneration there. It is very woven through practically every type of religion, every faith or creed. You have your ancestors, those that have gone before. Does anybody know the founding fathers of America? Anybody know? No, I don't. I personally don't, and that's personally bad on my part. So, and yes, my grandma gets a cup of coffee every Monday. Some Monday she got coffee, and I can literally hear her in my head, coffee. And we had spoke about that before she got sick and passed and left us. I asked her, I said, what do you want? Because I was into the voodoo at the time, Haitian voodoo. And I asked her, I said, well, when you pass, Ganny, what would you like? What would you like? Because she supported my path and everything that I did wholeheartedly. Even if she thought it was silly at the time, and now she doesn't. We have conflicting beliefs still. But I asked her, I said, what would you want when you're dead, when you're gone? She goes, something simple, coffee and a cigarette. And she gets it. So it's really cool we have already had that connection even before she had passed. So, alright, between the worlds, the between times, noon, midnight, all those in between places, doors, windowsills, all of it. So there are many beliefs regarding death, but usually there is some concept of the other world where the soul dwells for a period of time until it returns. Instead of being reincarnated, the soul is transformed into an animal, human or spirit form. The spirit of the deceased is thought to be transported to the other world through a variety of means. A link often occurs between the flight of the birds and the departing of the souls of the deceased. This is reflected in the Lancashire tradition of the seven whistlers of the pretend death, as well as the general association of death with birds, such as geese, ravens, and sparrows. In Finland, the Esotinians even regard the pathway through the night heavens by which the dead travel as being the bird's way, or the way of souls, which is marked by the astronomical phenomenon which is known to us modernly as the Milky Way. Did you guys know that? The Milky Way? I think that's pretty cool. That's very cool. So, it is believed that on the cross-quarter days, most commonly called as Halloween, Candlemas, May Day, and Lammas, the ancestral spirits traveled on invisible lines that link together burial places, graveyards, and mounds. Each culture has its own name for these lines. So, I call them ghost roads. That's what I like to call them, or fairy lines. I like ghost roads better. So, Celtic would be fairy rods, the Dutch death rods, English churchways, coffin ways, corpse roads, or a T road. German, we have, I don't even know how to say that word. Holland, we had Dudwegen. I have no idea. No idea about that. And Savon, we have, I don't know how to say that word, Daeda, Waig. Just different names for the roads of the deceased. So, during these times, the boundaries between the two worlds are thought to be lessened, and so communication is easier. This time occurs during the transition from one year to the next, which the insular Celtic is Samhain. That is the time the veil is strongly lifted, and we can easily communicate with the dead. So, this time occurs during the transition from one year to the next. Oh, I already read that to you guys. Which the Germanic, it is the 12 days of Yule. And in the Roman, it is Anna Purana. Oh, cool. I think it's cool. I think it's very cool. Just a little history, a little witchcraft history for Witchy Wednesday. What about elemental correspondences? How many people use those? I know a lot of people do. I don't. But there is a place for them within traditional witchcraft. This context within traditional witchcraft. So it's widely. They do use it, but I don't. I am already connected to those energies when I create my compass. So, I need a cigarette. Very badly. Very badly. Alright. So, the elemental correspondences within traditional witchcraft. You don't have to. You can. Doesn't matter. Recognize them. Give them, recognition, which I think is important. So, when you typically ask a Wiccan, why is North Earth? What do you think they're going to say? Because of the mother, the goddess. That's what they're going to say. So, they will probably answer you along the lines of because North is related to the goddess, forests, and the physical plane. When you ask a witch this same question, what do you think they're going to say? What do you think I would say? It's going to be a vast range. You're going to get so many different answers from so many different witches, so many different people. So, they will give you a variety of answers from a different set of correspondences, and the reason for it, to not using the elemental correspondences to the cardinal directions at all, depending on their tradition. So I don't do north, south, east, west. It's already all there when I create my compass. And I know all of the traditional witches already know that. But these correspondences help to align the witch to the homeland. So, most early Europeans were migratory people, whatever. Peoples, and used the North Star as a reference point in the night skies. The exact set of correspondences differed from area to area, as each region differed in its geography, climate, and cultural beliefs. So really, it is cultural beliefs, where you are, what you believe, your culture, all that. So, not all witches use ancestral or elemental correspondences to the cardinal directions. Some honor their gods at specific locations, and others have a different set of elements and relationship to those elements. However, the reason for this is because the elemental correspondences change when within the homeland, as it no longer becomes necessary to make a connection, as the land is already around you. So, does that make sense to anybody? I hope it does. I hope it does. I thought that would be something very cool to just kind of share with everybody today, since it's Witchy Wednesday. And I'm feeling a bit witchy, and I have some spells to do today. So yeah, yes, that is it. That's it. I love it. I love it. I love traditional witchcraft. Very happy with it. Very happy with it. Very happy with the path, with how everything goes so smoothly. So amazing. Chaz, I am so proud of you. You are so strong. You are growing and growing and growing and growing. You're going to be up here, and I'm going to be right here. Seriously. So, and then, yeah, all this poetry. I don't know where this poetry is coming from. I'm not a freaking poet. So last night I wrote a story, a poem, that was in relation to the second book, The Garden of Filth, which is actually turning more into, it's turning weird. It's turning into, I've got fan art in there. I've got how everybody on here has inspired me. I've got basically random pictures of me doing random things that people don't think I would actually do, because obviously some people don't think I'm human, when I really am human. I mean, I do everything everybody else does. I just happen to do it looking like this. So that is what's coming from that book. It is taking another turn. A good turn, not a wrong turn. So, I thought it'd be very cool. Very cool. I can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait to have it here in my hands. I think it's going to be great. So, but yeah, it's going to be very fun. Very fun. I just can't wait for you guys to get involved in this. It's amazing. It seriously is amazing. I can't express the awesomeness of it's hard to put. It's hard to do a book. It's hard to write a book. It's not hard to write the book. It's hard to get all the elements in place where you want them. Very hard. So, the Garden of Filth doesn't really fit it. It doesn't fit. The title does not fit. It fits the first part of the book. The second part is completely friend-based. It is friend art. It's Ouija pop art, Ouija shock pop artist. In my view, how I do it, since, we live in a social society. We live in the age of the internet. We live in the age of, this is our culture, pop culture, popular culture. So, that is the entire point of the book, is to bring it, the Ouija, in a better light through popular culture. That is the entire meaning. The entire meaning behind a Ouija shock pop artist. And I just think it's really cool how, even though you guys see me with, the theatrics, the props, and this is my normal everyday wear. This is my normal everyday decor. I don't go out of my way to do myself up. If I do something wrong, of course I'm going to fix it for myself, though, not for anybody else. So it just depends on who. Yeah, so I was going somewhere with that, but I forgot. So, but yes, I can't wait for that book. I don't know what to do now. It's done. Well, it's not done because more poetry keeps coming, and I'm not a poet. I don't like that. And then I found last night my great-great-great-uncle Eli Popa. He did videos. Or not videos. No, they didn't have the internet back then. The 30s? No. I found one book by him. He was a writer. I had no idea. So, I'm going to get on the board today, and I'm going to try to channel him. I've seen him in visions. It's hard to kind of understand him because what he speaks, it comes out in such an accent since he is directly from Romania. So it's really difficult to understand him in the visions. But his writing is seriously beautiful. It's seriously beautiful writing. So give me a minute and I will show you guys. I will read a snippet for you from his book. Okay guys, alright. So his book, it's called Give Us This Day. And this is a very old book. Eli Popa. So that is my great cousin. Maybe. I think. I don't know. So very old. It is a play. So I do have his writing, which is incredible. It is seriously incredible because I can see the different, how he would write. It runs in the family. So you can see the generation. It's just very cool. So, Give Us This Day. A play in 3 acts, Give Us This Day by Eli Popa, The Exposition Press, New York 7. Alright, copyright 1948 by the Exposition Press, and he dedicated it for my mother and father. I thought that was very, very cool. So I'm just going to read you guys the foreword. And this was in December of 1947. So, very, very old book. Very old. Very cool that he actually did this. So, here's the foreword to Give Us This Day. So, a play, by its very structure, limits the writer who tries to depict a theme as gigantic as the one attempted in Give Us This Day. It has, therefore, been necessary to strip the story down to essentials. That is what I have done. The many problems of the little man are by no means all included in this play, nor are the situations and environmental influences presented here typical of the steel industry alone. I have merely tried to suggest in a series of scenes the day-to-day experience of the little people under the pressure of heavy industrialization and the futility of their struggle to overcome the basic elements which turned our game of living into a round-robin existence. I am grateful to my good friends, Charles and Rebecca Lazar, who opened my eyes to the drama around me, and who furthermore insisted that I do something about it. Their enthusiastic reception of this work has been of greater help than they will ever know. And to those who have read and understood, or will read and understand this play, I extend my heartfelt thanks. Eli Popa, 1947. I think it's incredibly amazing. I don't know if this book is in publication anymore. I honestly don't. I don't think it is. So it's all about the mining, steel mine, or steel. It's just a very different book. 75 pages long. Very, very good piece of history. I love this. So much energy from it. It smells of weird cigarettes and leather. That's what it smells like. And I just think it's incredible. So, I guess it runs in the family. I don't know. But he had to translate. He has a bunch of books. He has more books out there. You can Amazon him. He is on Amazon. I don't know if he's alive. Honestly, I don't think so. But I will channel him. I do believe he is one of my guides. I can feel him coming through. And it's the Romanian and the Hungarian mix. It's just incredible. It's very incredible. So that is my short snippet for that book. I have not read the book. I have not read that book yet. So Karen Dahlman. Here it is. I will definitely try to get you a copy. I want you to have a copy. I feel like you would appreciate this very much. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. If I have to go out and copy and paste, or copy it, not word for word, but print it, I will send you a very low copy of it. But I just think it's amazing. I do believe it is on Amazon right now. I don't know if he's alive or not. I don't know. But I know you can get the book. And it is expensive. So be careful. So it is called Give Us This Day by Eli Popa. E-L-I-P-O-P-A. It's very cool too. Google his image. And then tell me what you guys see. Seriously. So, alright guys, I hope you all have a good day. And yeah, I gotta go mop. I gotta sweep and mop the house. So, I get to use my broom today. That's fun. Always fun. So, yeah, it's taken me about a year since I started this channel, this bubble of love, to actually share that with you guys. It's taken me that long to actually let you guys into that, because that is a big role in my life. Family. That is the core of my power, my strength, is family. And knowing that they're on the other side. He might have even incarnated again, I don't know. I want to find out now though. I'm very curious. I'm very intrigued. No, he's not incarnated yet. Oh, he's done reincarnating. He's already learned all his life's lessons. The book was that's what he wanted. He was done. That's what I got. That's all I got. He was done. He's very happy. He's very happy, and he wants that book to get to other people. So I'll I don't know if, because I'm, such a far off, distant relation, I don't know. I know it's protected under copyright laws, so, and I always hear of families suing families, and, well, one day my mom might go to the National Enquirer and give them a giant story on me, which I would hate. But I would go back and do the same thing, so. So I want that book too. I might give you guys snippets of it each day. I'm just gonna kind of see what I can pull from him, what I can channel down from him. Because he is done incarnating. No more. He says no more. It's no longer. He's done. His work is finished. He's happy. He's warm. And he wants me to include him in my book. So now I have to figure that out too. Sorry. I'm completely zoning and channeling. It's okay. I have spell work to do. I have a lot to do. So, alright guys, I love you all very, very, very much. And thank you guys for watching. So, I'm very tired. I could just go right to sleep right now, right here. Somebody just wake me up in a half an hour. Alright guys, I love you all very much. And I hope that helped just a tiny bit. A little bit. Maybe. So, I love you guys very much. Very, 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 very much. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. And yes, everybody have a great day. Be safe. Have fun. If you're going out to theme parks and all that, have fun. Be safe. Pepper spray, all that good stuff. And yeah, just be safe. So, alright guys, I love you all very much. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed that little snippet from his book. I'm gonna have to read that. It's only 78 pages long. So, alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow.